We were leading this race with all of these drivers until our kart broke down. This is the BUKC 24 hours, and it is the story of how we got robbed of a race win before getting kicked on the ground and shot in both arse cheeks. The BUKC 24 hours is the jewel in the crown of university motorsport. You need pot luck to even be within a chance of winning the event. I once led this race, and I'm going to be perfectly honest here, it was a better feeling than when my first son was even born. But the best that I've been able to finish is 5th. Twice. I'm just done with this event. In all honesty, the only way you're ever going to see me at another BUKC 24 hours is if you kidnap me. It's Friday morning and one driver has made an early start to get to the circuit. Celebrity driver Milky left his home at 6 AM. Normally, Ocean's dad is the first one to get to the circuit, but this year, I'm going to be proving my dedication by being the first one to arrive at the circuit. Yusuf arrives at the circuit at 9 AM, but unfortunately for him, someone else is already there.
Oh, how is he already here?
Hey, about bloody time. On my street name, I'm Badger Mike. Just like Mahatma Gandhi, I'm here to bring the vibes and I bring the crib. Good to see you, mate. Are you going to get your finger out and set up?
Why are you here so early?
I'm an early bird and we're going to get a good spot because it's good for tea.
Ready to set up the awnings?
Well, I've already done one.
Well, good thing I brought a second. The team are now hard at work setting up. By team, we mean Ocean's dad and Milky Cereal. We've got our gazebo up in a prime spot. Now, it's really important to be in a good spot because imagine you're here, you're sitting down, you're lounging during the race, and then all of a sudden, you hear something on the radios. What's that? Panic! The driver's in the pit! You get up, and you run!
A few inches later.
And you get back in under 30 seconds flat. So this is our crib. We've got over here, we've got Ocean's Dad's, Badger Mike's workstation. We've got a kettle, we've got some electricity. We're all powered for the weekend. Here we've got our awnings. This is the interviewee chair. And over here, we've got a couple of things happening. So first of all, we've got our nice stand with all of our driver names so everyone knows where their kit goes. Why do I put labels on the shelves? Well, because what happens is every single time we go to a karting race, I arrange myself nicely and neatly and there's loads of space, and then Ocean and Will come along and they just plonk their stuff on my shelves. So now it's written over there where their shelves is so they can't take my bloody space. We also have this handy whiteboard. Now my team aren't here yet because they have something called work. Apparently gets you money. Me on the other hand, I prefer just spending daddy's money. And what I realised while thinking about all of this with this whiteboard is when you write out the words team, sorry I'm not very good at spelling, team karting, if you rearrange the letters of team, you get me at karting. So in other words, team karting is all about me. Whilst waiting for the rest of the team to arrive, Yusuf took the opportunity to buy some supplies from the local supermarket. Our bodies are made up of 70% water, and in my case, the other 35% is karting talent. Unfortunately, at Asda, you can't buy karting talent, but you can buy water. Upon returning to the circuit, a few of the other lap dancers had started to show up.
Hey, is that a fresh trim?
It is, it is.
Trim, isn't it?
We've got to get ready. Did you bring goodies?
What kind of goodies?
Oh, brownies, or whatever it was, cake.
I do have brownies.
Ocean, do you want to show? With the sticker kit complete, the team were able to enjoy a final meal together before the carnage began.
Need to get ready to go out.
No.
Can I just see your face? And
We'll make it work. Getting Arab money.
Libya's not an Arab country. You're African.
African. Yeah, but some people call us Arabs.
Yeah, but white people call lots of people lots of things. We even spotted a wild Milky Cereal fan. All that was left was for Adam Nather to get into his blooming cart so we could start practice. Ocean would be the first in the cart as our testing specialist to make sure the cart didn't have any niggling issues. So Ocean's just come into the pits. We weren't too happy with the cart, but it turns out that there might have been an issue with the bearings or something, so they've lubed that up. Ocean's gone back out, Will's getting ready, so hopefully the cart's all spick and span, no issues, or hopefully there is an issue. We bring it in and we don't get an even worse cart, but we get the fastest cart to ever exist. We're back in the pit and we've noticed an issue. So the cart was bad, but this has just been rubbing against the tyres. So we've lost 10% of our tyre. No, we've not. But we're not going to tell them, because if we tell them, they're going to fix it and then they're going to send us back out with a bad cart. So we need to figure out what's wrong with the engine and try to get a new cart. We have been approved to change carts, so this is the cart that we're going for. We gave a quick check and we think this might be the quickest one. So now we've got to move everything from the old cart on today. You can see Ocean running in, he's getting the new Nassau in. We've got to get the Alfano on as well. Hopefully this cart is good, and then we're ready for the rest of practice. Most importantly, qualifying in the race. As we finished moving everything over, Will was feeling confident. So practice is over. The new cart was not that good, but that's the hand we've been dealt. We've got to deal with it. Right now we're currently complaining because we didn't get fuel to the top, so we're trying to say everyone else has more fuel than us. So hopefully we get a bit more fuel. If we can qualify in the top 10, I think that's a win. It looks like it might rain, so hopefully if it rains, that's good because we're at the front of the keeper quali. So because it's super cold, we can get that one lap in really early while it's still dry. Ocean had the honour of qualifying, and as he came over the line, we all waited for the timing board to update. P4 after second off. We've done our part of qualifying, still got loads of karts to go out as well, but we're currently P5. Not too bad. As long as it rains now, we should be good, but it's not gonna rain. It's raining, it's spitting. Actually, it's about to properly start raining, and it's currently the group after Ocean out on circuit. Sam Spinell's out there. It is properly raining. I think we might have lucked out here. We might have lucked out again. Three Sisters are like coming back into play. The rain was coming down, which meant that no other teams were able to beat us, and we would start the race from P5. Ocean.
See you later.
Remember, this is the fastest kart on the grid, definitely.
Little weapon here for you, mate.
Ocean was ready, and we were hopeful of what our glorious captain would be able to do.
Hello.
What's the predictions?
P1.
P1. By when? Turn 1 or?
Well, by now, really, to be honest. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
It's pretty poor from him. He's not made any places.
I'm sure he will soon.
This marshal then did the most insane 180 into reverse grid up that I have ever seen. What a way to get the 24 hours underway.
And we are leaping into the kart, and it's 24 hours of racing here at the Teesside Autodrome is underway. Everyone getting away pretty well, all in all. I would say a couple of stragglers towards the back there, but our karts are off and ready to go for 24 hours of racing.
We had dropped down to 9th by the end of the opening sector, and we had lots of work to do. Ocean pulled back a few places and was in 7th by the end of the opening lap, but that is when it began to go downhill. We were soon in 10th, and Ocean was getting devoured by the karts behind him. Something was clearly wrong. This is Ocean Beach that we're talking about. My guy doesn't just go from 5th to 10th in a couple of laps unless something is seriously wrong.
The man is not happy about the pace of the kart, so at the back straight the kart is really struggling at the top end, so you'll actually be able to see him in a second coming by. The car is really struggling on the top end, so the car isn't exactly great at the minute on speed. So
as I got to our second trackside awning, I noticed something bizarre. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and this banana is fast asleep. Completely unacceptable, so obviously I woke him up.
it's a bit rude, isn't it? You know, started a race and I'm already sleeping. But I was just having a snooze because I'm just a bit tired, so I thought I'd take the opportunity.
Whilst Ocean decided to be more garbage than an anime live action, we decided to have a little chat with a celebrity. Sorry, Jacob, what are you saying for my vlog?
For your vlog?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Whatever you'd like to say.
I'm like Cameo. You can just pay me $5 and I'll do whatever you want.
I've not paid you yet?
You haven't?
No.
But then you haven't given me a request.
Ah, true.
What shall I say?
How much you love your future wife?
How much I love my future wife? Lots and lots.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Will. It's very beautiful. I think your Instagram's public if you want to verify that for yourself.
Right, so initially Ocean called me to say that the engine decided to brick itself. We were doing 2-3 seconds a lap slower than everyone else ahead and behind. So we were ready for him to come in, but the garage bays were occupied. The engine decided to sort itself out somehow. The problem is we're still about half a second slower than everyone else. Personally, I think it might be worth just keeping him out there.
Here is an example of our kart struggling. You can see Ocean on the outside getting the run on 2 drivers ahead, but despite getting the exit, he isn't able to pull alongside. He actually drops back nearly a kart length down the straight. This kart was worse than Alonso's GP2 McLaren. We are an hour into the race and what's just started happening?
It started raining. This is good for us. We're back in it.
Is it raining hard though?
No, I don't know. I'll talk to my people and we see if we can change that.
So we've just seen a kart stop on circuit. The pit lane's empty, which means there's going to be a full course yellow, and if Ocean can pit right now, we're about to gain a huge amount of time. Whenever a kart is stranded at T-side, a quad bike comes out onto the circuit towing a flatbed. The kart's lifted onto the flatbed, and then it gets taken back into the circuit. It means that there's going to be a full course yellow, which is the equivalent to a safety car in Formula 1. It's the absolute perfect time to pit. The only issue is that if everyone comes into the pit, you're stuck in a long queue of karts, and because you're stuck in that queue, you're going to lose all of that time that you would have otherwise gained. So we decided to be super smart and pit just before we thought the full course yellow was going to be released. That way, once the full course yellow starts and everyone has to start going slowly, we're already in the pit lane and we are guaranteed to gain time. With a potential full course yellow incoming, we decided to preemptively box Ocean before the pit lane got crazy. Ocean nailed the pit entry nice and slowly onto the weighbridge before heading into the fuel bay. After fueling, a quick lift to rotate the kart before pushing to the engine start area and then exiting the pits. Bizarrely, the stranded kart was recovered without the flatbed being needed, and there was no full course yellow. We are an hour and 45 minutes into the race. Everyone has done their pit stops, and we've gone from 18 up to 4. So, yeah, we're in the top 5 now. We've kept everything clean. We've had the fastest pit stop of anyone else, nearly a minute quicker than some other teams. We just need there to be a lot more pit stops, and it's a 24-hour race. So there are a lot more pit stops. After a successful pit stop, I went to see how the lads were doing.
I got injured, I can't do any more.
Yeah, okay.
I've got to call it a day now. It's just missed our conversation about eating dog meat.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Is it better or worse than cat meat?
This isn't brought up because I'm Asian, by the way, as well.
Oh, okay, right. No racism at all
No racism at all.
Yeah. I had to deal with this lot for 24 hours. But anyway, I guess, let me know down in the comments. Would you rather eat cat meat or dog meat?
The number 15 kart there working their way up in at 2/3.
A little update for everyone. So Ocean at the minute is one of the quickest people out on track, surprisingly, considering the engines are a little bit iffy. Oh yeah, we are in P4 currently. Sorry,
P3.
P3.
Hey.
P3, yeah. The next kart ahead is Sam Spinell, and he is half a lap ahead of us.
Why didn't you tell Ocean Yusuf was able to catch Spinell?
Ocean, Yusuf says you need to catch up with Spinell. Sadly,
Saj didn't know how to follow an instruction, but thankfully, Ocean, being the comedic genius that he is, improvised.
He said, I'm trying my best, in the most African accent as well.
Here is Sam Spinell, who is in second position, and there's Ocean going down the straight. So we're about 30 seconds behind. Ocean was so rapid that he had convinced our go-kart it was fast, and now we were gapping people down the straight. Meanwhile, the commentators were chatting about our livery.
And then the lap dancers in third. They are the ones with me on their kart. I say the ones, the only ones I've seen with me on the kart. I'm on the front giving JV a lap dance, and I'm on the back in a very seductive pose.
Yeah, we didn't win the best Bigfoot competition. There was some really stupid team that got all of their friends to vote on Instagram for their stupid livery of Lightning McGoddamn Queen. No, I'm not still salty about it at all. I am over it. Yeah, definitely over it.
Luke Thomas has just given me some hand signals through the window. I think the kart's dead.
With Swansea's kart having died, we were free to move up to second place, and we immediately told Ocean the good news.
I have some good news for you, mate. We're in P2. P2. Kart that was ahead is now pitted twice.
We're now under full course yellow at the
We just had a full course yellow, and the timing was pretty good, so we've closed the gap to Sam Spinell down by a fair bit, but it wasn't long enough to warrant us pitting, so we stayed out. We've still got pit stop to do, which we're going to do very shortly. Less than 3 hours into the race and Baguette had pitted, which now meant we were leading for the first time. Of course, we still had our own pit stop to do. Serge, what on earth are you wearing on your head?
It's too PG. Can't be exactly talking about what I'm about to do, but some dirty stuff is about to go down.
You're going to record the pit stop and you're not going to mess up the pit stop because then it's on camera.
Yeah, but so far, every time I've been BPEC round, you guys have managed to win the race. So
yeah.
I bring in the good luck.
Okay.
Be here waiting for us to basically jump in the car and go. So we'll be pretty quick. Alright, boys. Yeah.
Hello again.
You guys keep making cameos in all of my videos.
I want to be famous.
Are you?
I want to be.
Look at me.
I can make you famous, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Don't trust him.
I've just seen Ocean Beach come into the pit lane. That's our leaders.
Push hard. You've got to fucking push it, mate. Hey, you've got to put your back in it. Alright. I'm going to lift the front. We're going to go with some pace, yeah? Yes. I'll grab the wheel and I'll do the front. Yeah. Hands offside. Yeah. Go. Faster. Don't touch it. No. I'll get this one. Will, get in the fucking car.
With the pit stop done, it was now time to argue about how we fudged it up.
Actually, like, push it, mate, you know.
You had to drive off the weighbridge.
Yeah, I drove off it, and then you just wasn't pushing me. I was trying to switch the engines off. No, bother, that's my job. I'm the driver.
Okay, I am massively dramatizing this, but it is what I love the most about our team. Every single member of our team will always push each other to get a little bit better. And no one will ever take it as, oh, you're really bad, why did you mess it up? It's always taken as, this is the mistake, this is what we need to improve. And I feel like that's why we work so well as a team, because no one's ego ever gets hurt. We all know that we're in it to improve and get better and better, and to ensure that, you know, we win races. Baguette Motorsport did a 228,
Fuck's sake.
and we did a 232. Still a decent stop.
Still the quickest out of. But it's 4 seconds, and we're not putting
Yeah, I know.
on track.
I know.
Yeah, we made 50.
But they've not got an overlap on us, do they?
No, we pitted 2 laps after them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Baguette Motorsport's in the lead of this one. Sam Johns has picked up the pace a little bit, and he's extending the gap to the lap dancers. You've got Will Stacey at the wheel.
Whoa! Hold up. Will Stacey is getting gapped? Hang on. Let me make a quick phone call. Hi, Will. Yes. No. It's Yusuf from the future. Can you get your act together?
Now we're a fucking bunch of wankers.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Love you too, mate. Bye. All sorted. Watch this.
Pace at the front. The lap dancers are putting in some decent laps. Will Stacey's got into the groove. 8/10 faster than Sam Johns on that last lap. Will Stacey's just done a personal best.
Get Motorsports, your leaders are in for their third stop.
With Baguette having pitted, we were free to take the lead, and Will kept pumping in those brilliant lap times.
And actually, they've just improved again, a 121.80.
Did you go crazy for Will's 21.9?
I did not even see that.
He's got the fastest lap of the race for us.
Seriously?
Yeah, he did it like 10 laps ago. This is our team manager, Saj Kennedy. He's not even watching the lap time.
I'll be honest with you guys, right? I've been so focused as the moves has been going down on. Right, we need to go pit lane. The guys that were in P1 just pitted, and their lap time was at 2 minutes 24 seconds. We're gonna aim to beat that now.
And with that, we pitted, but unfortunately, Will decided to be an absolute moron and hit the barriers. Oh, for fuck's sake, Will. This meant we would now have a dangerous pit entry penalty, which is 30 seconds. To make matters worse, we had pitted behind other cars. I don't know why they stopped us there. With fueling complete, Will and Ocean pushed the cart and proceeded to make one of the most insane pit lane overtakes ever witnessed. But then we had to serve our 30-second penalty.
Penalty for the 15. And that's the leader.
Oh,
It's
the leaders! Who are also in the pits, but they have a penalty.
I wonder if that's a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
It could be, but that is Oh, it is a penalty. It's not a black flag.
Oh, it was so painful to watch. From being in 18th place, we pulled ourselves up to 2nd. The kart seemed to be working fine as well for once. And then we absolutely bottled the pit stop. We messed up communications with Will and didn't pit him 2 laps earlier when the pit lane is clear, which we had tried to do, but Will just didn't hear the message. And then 2 laps later, he actually ran out of fuel coming out of the final corner. So he was spluttering and he had to make an emergency pit stop. So we were really lucky that he ran out of fuel coming out of the final corner and not somewhere else. But still, it's really annoying because we should have pitted him those 2 laps earlier.
So Get Motorsport retake the lead then in the 47 while the 15 are in the pit lane for what I think was a scheduled pit stop.
Yes.
So the lap dancers dropping out of the top 3.
The reason they got the penalty, I've just found out, is the fact that they were the ones who hit the blocks.
Ah, well, that would explain that.
Yes, so
not a very good end to the stint for that driver.
That's so funny. Right, listen up, guys. Nobody is making fun out of our man Will Stacey except for us. Will, go and redeem yourself.
well, actually, I think the leader has just pitted.
They are in the pit lane. This is not a scheduled stop. He's only 21 minutes into this stint.
Give an update on what's just happened.
The 47, the Get Motorsport had a rotten bit of luck and their clutch bolt snapped. So I think Reading are now leading.
They have a pit stop to do, and when they do it, we're going to be leading.
I don't know. I'm not sure, mate. We don't deserve to be leading.
Are you saying that I'm clutching at straws?
We need straws. When you don't clutch at straws, clutch at hay. You can't clutch at hay, you clutch at air.
Isn't straws sturdier than hay? We should ask Will since he's a farmer.
Yeah.
Right, so no more pit stop bottles. You did your bit as well as you could have done
I did my job. I sound like an arsehole there, don't I?
Will's gonna watch this later and be like, oi, 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 what are you chatting about?
But Will gets a pass because he's been quick. So.
Big Get Motorsports now dropping out of the top 10. This has really opened this race up. So the top 3 are going to be very close.
And we then overtook for 2nd.
Lap dancers are passed, left and loaded.
Lap dancers leading on track, and it will be by at least an entire pit stop at this point.
The lap dancers have a very strong team. I think they've got Will Stacey, Youssef, Ocean, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them staying in first place.
Despite the penalty that they had to serve in their last pit stop for driving through the barriers and not around them.
I did see that. I believe that was Will Stacey managed to make a bit of a mess of the pit entry.
Yeah, you are kind of a moron for that.
Special mention to the number 15 of the lap dancers out front. Their pace is pretty much in a class of one in the context of this top 10. Last lap a 122.1. The rest of the top 5 lapping in the 123s, 124s.
Will's been pumping in laps. Look at that. 0.2, 0.0, 0.0, 0.0, 0.9. You can see me in the reflection. I think we forgive you for the spin. Whilst Will, a former Leeds driver, was flying on 4 wheels a lap ahead of everyone else, some other random Leeds driver wasn't.
Before rejoining, unfortunately, it seems it's lost one of its wheels.
Yeah, that is a driver.
Yeah, wow.
Carrying a component of the kart. That is not something you see every day.
As Will continued to fly out on circuit, it was finally time for him to pit. This time, we weren't going to mess it up.
Our race leaders currently in the pits. The lap dancers are there. I know Mr. Youssef bin Sahel, commentary extraordinaire, will potentially be dropping into the comments box at some point, I believe, for a bit of an interview. So, Youssef, this is your call. If you're hearing me now, come on over. But I believe that might actually be him coming into the pits now.
Meanwhile, in the pit lane, we had fueled up and we were pushing with all our might as Ocean jumped into the kart. And now the commentary team began to praise our incredible squad.
We were saying they have got an incredibly strong team, though. Will Stacey, Ocean, Youssef. I mean, it's a dream team, to be honest, running in first. But again, the lap dancers just having a great time in first, lots of clean air.
The commentators were just praising us so much. So I figured that I'd sneak into the commentary booth and just let them subtly know that I was going to be doing a triple stint. Hashtag stay humble.
We have been joined in the commentary box as well by Mr. Youssef bin Sahel.
But because it's a triple stint, I need to figure
Triple.
out... Yes. Did it work? Yeah.
Well, I assume he'll be going throughout the night or maybe early tomorrow morning then, maybe doing back-to-back stints.
He's actually doing a triple stint, which is...
Triple in a row?
Yeah,
Oh my
4.5 hours out in the cart there, which is not all that common. It's not unheard
that's
of,
slightly
but it's...
rarer. 3 stints is a rarity, but in a row is incredible.
Did you hear that? Incredible.
But only the top drivers here can nail those performances, and Yusuf I'll definitely peg as one of them.
Only the top drivers. I honestly don't know if my ego can handle any more of this.
Just to reiterate, lap dancers in a league of their own. Their lap dancers still absolutely incredible timers.
While the commentators were still praising us, Will was getting ready. Are you ready for your third and final stint?
I say ready. I think I'm ready. I've just got to tuck that in.
Yeah.
And then I'm laughing. I made a few little tweaks when I was out there. I just kissed a few curbs, and before you know it, it was pinging off corners like crazy.
There's been a couple of 21.9s, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So 21.8, yeah?
Whew, maybe.
Or something, 14 hours. That's Douglas, he's an idiot sometimes.
All of them.
All of them. We're both idiots together. That should be my new team name, Yusuf's Idiot Farm.
Yeah, but who else would you get?
Fraser, he's definitely an idiot.
Yeah.
Who else do we know who's an idiot? Thomas Layton's definitely an idiot. And it's fine if he's slow and joins because it's just an idiot team.
Well, not for the lap dancers though, they're still very far ahead. Speaking of them, they are making their way into the pits. So that is our race leaders by a significant amount of making their way into the pits.
Well, they can't. Mate, smashed it. I'll take left, yeah? Is that some of that premium unleaded?
There you go, boys.
Go, 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 go! Fastest pit stop of the entire race. 2 minutes 22. We absolutely nailed it. Will's out on circuit and I'm sure he's going to be flying. I can't be bothered to check the times now. I've been doing too much of that. Unfortunately, despite our insane pit stop, there was a full course yellow 10 minutes later, which had allowed some of our rivals to gain some time over us.
Brumdog Millionaires, Gaslight Gatekeeper and Go Fast, both seizing upon this full course yellow opportunity to jump into the pits.
However, there was some good news. So we have a full course yellow and we've got about 30 or so carts, and there is Will. So this full course yellow has given us effectively almost another lap on pretty much everyone in the field. So we've got no idea why we aren't at the front of the full course yellow train, because usually full course yellow lead us at the front of it, but they've just not picked us up. So we're not going to complain, but we've gained half a lap to a lap because the full course yellow is being done a little bit wrong, but I guess we'll take it. As the race continued, my friend Adam Nather joined the commentary box and began to brag about how he was intentionally trying to ruin our race.
Adam, you just come off track, I believe?
Yeah, after a really good stint, following the leaders for most of it, pretty much trying to just race Ocean the whole time, eventually getting past him just before he came in, but
yeah, cheers for battling us in an endurance race, you absolute muppet, Adam.
First place, the lap dancers who have been imperial during this event so far and still on the pace, their last lap being a 121.9.
Well, with Will continuing to be a monster, I grabbed some food for the squad. Have there been any more 21? Ocean, is this going to be enough fuel to beat a 222?
I don't know. Hopefully I'm going to do my best. I've got the Garmin on, I'm going to log it. It's going straight on Strava if it is.
With ourselves fueled up, Ocean was ready to put a banging pit stop in as Sam got ready to take to the track. You pumped?
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
did you just walk past him?
I totally missed you, mate.
Well, Ocean couldn't even find our driver. God help us.
How are we? How are we feeling?
We're okay. As you'll notice, this has been unplugged because the headset's playing up and Will can't hear me properly. So we've gone back to the old-fashioned system and we're going to scream at him to pit in a lap's time. Will was into the pits and for some reason he and Ocean decided to go backwards.
Oh, you are.
Before going forwards. Great job, lads. Now they were pushing the cart in the right direction, Sam was ready to jump in, except that Sam didn't understand the meaning of jump and got into the cart slower than a cat getting into a bathtub. But Sam now took over our glorious 2-lap lead and had the honour of completing a maintenance stop. The maintenance pit stop is a mandatory pit stop that every single team has to do about halfway into the race. The T-side team do a quick check over the kart to make sure it's all in working order before fitting 2 brand new front tyres onto, well, the front of the kart. That will get us nice and easily to the end of the race. So we lost a minute in the mechanical pit stop. Unfortunately, there was an issue apparently with the front tyres, so they changed the stub axles, which I guess is a good thing because it means it won't break out on circuit. We had now dropped down to 3rd, but Sam wasn't having any of that.
Top
3 are all within a second of each other. They're coming round.
How have we not seen that?
We've just realised this on stream.
And within a few laps, Sam had absolutely spanked the Liverpool go-kartney squad.
The 15 is into the lead of the race.
We were still a lap clear at the front of the field, and I decided to grab some shut-eye before my long-awaited triple stint. So I am in Ocean's car, about to go and sleep, and I'm going to be honest, this is one of the most comfortable cars I've ever laid down in. So if I do well in my stint, it's all because of Ocean's car. I've also realised that I closed the boot and I can't open it now. So if I wake up, I'm not going to be able to get out of the car. So I really am hoping that the rest of the team are going to remember that I'm meant to go in the cart so that they can come and let me out of Ocean's car. So if I don't do well in my stint, it's also because of Ocean's car. So no matter what, Ocean's car is the reason for my pace or failure. Well, Will just woke me up and he told me that apparently everything has gone to absolute pot.
It all started when Lovelace ran out of fuel like 10 laps earlier than he should have, even though I'm pretty sure they broomed it up.
It was unfortunate, but thankfully it was just the one issue that happened. Kane was able to jump into the kart and we were right back onto the pace.
That's a bit peculiar, and he was kind of pacey, but he was struggling a bit in the straight. Then he's pitted, we changed to Kane and that, and now we're about 2-3 seconds lap off where we'd expected to be.
2 to 3 seconds? What?
Get to the mechanics bay there, I think they blew the carb down, thought it could have been that. Check the chokes went on, could have been that. And now the fucking steering wheel's pointing to the left. Wheel's falling off now.
Wait, the wheel fell off? That means that the stub axle had to break. Hang on a second. So they changed the stub axles, it means it won't break out on circuit. Oh, so they replaced the stub axle, did they? I guess they forgot to tighten the bloody thing if it fell off an hour later. Hey guys, it's an Allen key. Anti-clockwise loosens, clockwise tightened. Or if you're American and weird, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Wheels falling off now. Tell them about the motors. And the motors are still dog shit. It doesn't matter when you got 3 wheels. Yeah. We're doing up trike racing, innit? You know Milky cereal. Don't go to bed. You're not allowed to go to bed ever again. Because you've gone to bed. Sam's run out of fuel. And Kane's just had a myriad, a shitstorm, a diarrhea tsunami. Here he is, the man. Oh, there he is.
It seems like I've gone to sleep with us leading and I've woken up and the dream is dead. At this point, the team morale had fallen so far. Everyone had to start acting like an absolute 5-year-old to stop themselves from crying in depression and, unaliving themselves.
There he is.
Drama in the UK.
The myth, the man, the legend. Yeah, baby.
So you look a little bug in there.
It's all squished into your nose. You can't breathe.
Oh! Over the course of an hour, we had 2 mechanicals and I dropped from 1st to 9th and now to 23rd.
That
9-minute
huge pit stop for the lap dancers.
I think that has to be a mechanical failure.
Yeah, the lap dancers squad obviously completely controlling this race early on. Jumping into the pits from P9 with a mechanical flag.
Yeah, absolutely. If this was an 8-hour race, then the lap dancers would have taken the win. But
the man, the myth, the legend is back.
Milky cereal. Mate, you have missed out on a lot.
I've heard it's on one spot. So with nothing on the line, I went out onto circuit and took the mick for 4.5 hours. It was actually fun, I can't lie. So triple stint is over. I'm currently in Ocean's 10. The car was so bad. I was telling just really stupid jokes to Sash for
the vast majority of the first stint. Physically though, perfectly fine. That was one of the worst karts I've ever driven. K-Rock number 8 kart was the fastest kart in the world compared to this. This reminded me of Shenington Club 100 kart. In fact, this might have been worse. I had absolutely nothing, couldn't keep up, well, couldn't catch up to people in the tow. I had to pull off some of the most insane sends of all time to get past people. So that was actually really fun. I wish I had the visor cam on, but no. There was also a pretty funny incident at the end of my third stint. So I came into the pit lane onto the weighbridge too fast. So I got a penalty and had to go around me. So I thought, right, when I come into the pits this time, I'm going to come in even faster, but I'm going to get it stopped at the line. One of the marshals wanted to have a go at me. He told me, that I came in too fast. I said, give me another penalty. We then had an argument for about a minute until another marshal had to come over and tell the other marshal that he is wrong and I'm right, which made me feel very, very happy.
Saj, I feel like it's a bit depressing being serious now. I don't have it in me.
Well, Joseph, to be honest, this event's been honestly just a roller coaster of emotions. And the worst part is, right, so there's obviously a competition with the best livery.
Yeah. At least we can win something.
We didn't. We came second.
What?
Yeah. So
Who won?
McQueen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hello, sexy.
Hello, well. How's the fourth stint?
I've driven faster tractors than that.
I'm quite pissed that you went 2 tenths faster than me.
What can I say? Oh, I saw the one come up and I was like, get it, I've done him.
All that was left now was for team manager Saj Gennady to take his stint of honour and complete the race for us in a phenomenal P19. Team captain, will the lap dancers be back under a different name for 2026?
No, we'll be back under the same name and we're going to come back stronger and quicker.
And we're going to dance more laps.
Watch this space, 2:21 pit stops, that's what we're getting.
I think the saddest thing was that we were leading for so long, for a few hours, and we thought, you know, even with this, let's be honest, dog of a kart, we were somehow leading the whole event, and then it just all went downhill. Yeah, that's how it goes. Big thanks, as always, to BUKC for putting on the event, and T-Side as well for running it and dealing with us nutters being, well, nutters and complaining about stuff. Apparently, because we whine a lot, we've got a prize from Club 100. So I'll have to open this. This is the prize for the actual best Bigfoot, because the Bigfoot that won was just Lightning McQueen and it was boring, but here we go. Thank you guys very much for watching, and see you all in the next video.